Yay, turn on the camera and not know what to talk about. Again. I decided to start using a stopwatch. Actually, I got the idea from Jill. So that I won't go over time, because I'll see when it's getting close to 10 minutes, and I'll know to wrap things up. Aren't I clever? Because the other day I was helping Jill do a practice radio prep, which she needs work on. No offense, Jill. But, yeah, we'll have to do it more often. So, I came home today and I had the idea, so. Yep, no, I definitely won't go over time. Yay, happiness and joy. This way you actually get to see them. Or, felicidad y júbilo. Happiness and joy. Felicidad y júbilo. And Glück und Freude. Glück und Freude. That's German for you, Jill. Glück und Freude. G-L-U with an umlaut. C-K, space, E-U-N-D, space, F-R-E-U-D. And the G and the F on the first letter are capitalized because they're nouns, and all nouns in German are capitalized. So, yeah, I thought I want to know that. And I'm thinking about reading my fairy tale in here. I'm not quite done with it yet, but I think it's really funny, and it deserves to be put out on YouTube for people to hear and laugh. Though some of the jokes I don't think people are going to get, because like I talk about in my episode, Is This Funny to You? Yeah, a lot of my humor just goes... Some of the jokes I make, I was reading to my friend in Asia, and she's like, okay. With a little explanation, she got them, but, you know. Like, here's one that it took my mother a little bit to get. It's a riddle. What's the capital of Czechoslovakia? C. And she goes, is that really the capital of Czechoslovakia? And I go, Mother, C is the capital letter of Czechoslovakia. See, it's a riddle. It's funny. Yeah, she was like, I thought it was spelled with a T. I'm like, that could be the first problem in not understanding that joke. You don't know how to spell Czechoslovakia. Which, it was hilarious. I spelled it on my first try. And for those who know me well, they know I cannot spell worth a nickel. Or a penny, or a halfpenny, or a tuppence, or anything else. Shekel? Yen? I can't spell very well. Not at all. So, yeah, I was pretty psyched that I spelled Czechoslovakia right at the first try. I was like, yeah! Holla! Anywho, let's see. Yeah, really, I wanted to do some shorter ones, so I just turned it on and decided to actually do an episode, and now it's just kind of, what else? I feel like there was something else I wanted to say. Oh, my speaker is not straight. No. There we go. That's better. So, yeah, I feel really bad just not saying much and taking up your time. We have a project due in German tomorrow. Yay! Actually, it's really fun. We have to take a photograph of our family, though in my case it's two, because we don't have both sides of the family together in one photo. So, we have that, and then we have to go through the photos and say, you know, because we're learning possessive pronouns and family members, so we have to go through and say those things. And yeah. So, yeah. I find it fun. I was helping. I probably mentioned him before. Maybe not in these. There's a kid in my class. His name's Byron. He's Hispanic. I have no clue why he's in German class. Well, actually, because the guidance counselors assumed he could speak Spanish, which he knows the words. He doesn't know the grammar. No problems with that. So he they automatically assumed he spoke Spanish, so didn't want to take Spanish class, so they forced him to take German. And he really doesn't care about it at all. But, so he doesn't really try much. But I honestly don't think he tries much in any classes. School bores him. So, whatever makes you happy. So it was hilarious. I was trying to get him to do his project, and so he took a photo on his phone of me, and then himself in it, and 3 of the 8th graders. And we were working on putting it, so I became his grandmother, and Mackenzie Bennett, aka Felix, that's his German name for German class, he called him his daughter. He hasn't gotten to the 2 Coles yet, who are the other 2 8th graders in there. Yeah, so it was kind of like, okay, but it'll make it a funny presentation, so we need a little comedy. Sorry, I'm messing with something again. Anywho, yeah, and then I was helping Felix translate his, because he wrote it down in English and he needed some help with the German, because I'm probably the best German student in there. No offense to anyone else who may see this who's in that class. They're all pretty good. They listen. Well, Byron. Some are more attentive than others. Some do better than others. But part of that's just natural talent and what you got and what you don't got. I can't believe I said that. What you have and what you don't have. So yeah. Though. Actually, there are only 3 high school students in there. There's me, a senior, there's a sophomore, Libby, and there's Byron, a freshman. And then all the rest of the class is 8th graders. Though we have a helper who's a junior who comes in, who's in German 4. So, yeah, Libby's very good with German too. She took, I think, 1 or 2 years of Spanish beforehand, so she knows some. She knows some of how languages work and how to learn things and stuff. So she's pretty good at it. Though just because I've had 4 years of Spanish, I'm better than the rest. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not. Please don't take it that way, anybody. I'm just stating a fact. Sorry. Looked like on my stopwatch it was a 1, but it's a 7. So I'm going to, wrap this up pretty soon. Just because I know how I learn language, and I know how language works, I have an edge on everybody else. Yeah. Basically, I'm simply more prepared to learn German than the rest of them. Yeah. So I ended up taking up more time than I thought I was. And it wasn't completely boring, was it? Alright, admit it was. Alright. I will let you go. Ta-ta.